Alrighty fish homies, I'm coming to you live from my garage. I'm gonna show you how to use the PVA bag method that I've been using recently that's helped me get the few fish that I have gotten in the past month. Anyways, this rig is super good. I think it presents the bait really well and it's very easy to cast. So it works out perfect. You can also pre-make the bags like the night before or even like however long before you want. So right when you reel in, you can cast out instantly instead of worrying about all that method or whatever you're using. People fish single boilies across these, but in the United States, I know mostly people fish with the method feeder, but I am here to change that, folks. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off, let's start with what you will need. You're gonna need yourself a fishing pole. You can't see my whole thing, but this is just my bass rod, 7-foot medium heavy. Second of all, you're going to need this little setup right here. Alright, so there's the lead clip. Here's the tail rubber right here. That will come off like that. And this is where you clip your PVA bag on. And here is my hook link with a little spinner rig on it and 2 pieces of fake corn. So that's the rig I've been using right there. It's a little spinner rig. I usually put a split shot, but I only had the moldable tungsten stuff. So there's that. First of all, that's what you start off with. Next off, you're gonna need yourself the PVA mesh. I like I think it's 37mm or 35mm. It's like the medium one, kind of, the medium size one. I don't really care if it's fast or slow mount. I'm in Southern California, so it doesn't get too cold. But I think I usually do get the slow mount, I don't know. But anyways, you do need yourself some PVA mesh, and this is how you use it. Oh yeah, I like the 37mm one because my weights fit in it better than the like 25mm one that didn't fit in so well. So it's gonna come with a little tube, or they don't always come with a tube, so make sure you get like the little kit with them. But they usually come with a little tube, and the net is wrapped around here. You have your knot at the bottom. So what you do, I also have a handful of boilies here that I just made. So what you do is get your boilie, you crush it up. I usually put a couple in there. Well, like I put a couple, then I put my weight, then I put a couple more. So there's one in there. And I'm just smooshing them up between my fingers. You can do this however you want. You can put it in a grinder, or you can get a boilie grinder, whatever you want to do. So I put that in there. Then I get my weight. This is a 2.5 ounce lead. This is the smallest I would use because it helps the hook fit, the fish hook up. So you put that in there, then you crush up the rest of your boilies into the tube. Boom, boom, boom. It's kind of messy, so don't do this in your living room, boys and girls. Get a little boilie crumb everywhere. You can also do this with other stuff too. I do this a lot with sweet corn. I just get the corn, empty out all the liquid, put it in a plastic bag, and then I put salt in there, and that salt will make the corn PVA friendly. I think I've shown that in a different video. I'm going to show it again in another video coming up. So we got our boilies and our weight in there. Next thing you want to do is push it out with your little plunger, and you'll see it comes out in a perfect little bag there. There's a couple ways people do this too, but this is the way I like to do it. It seems to be the easiest way for me. I sometimes give it a little twist just to keep it tight. You want to pull down a little slack for yourself. Then you tie your bag up in a knot, your first knot. And it's not hard to tie the knots, but it's hard to get them neat kind of when you're first starting. See, I did mine pretty neat there. And you're going to want to tie a second knot, and that's for when you tie up your next one. So put a second knot. Oh, I gotta get some scissors. But then you cut it in between the 2 knots, and we'll continue from there. So there's the PVA bag up close. You can see the weight in there, and you can see the 2 knots. And you're gonna wanna cut right in between the 2 knots. and then that leaves a knot for next time, and you're ready to go. So you can pre-make a bunch of these bags the day before you go fishing, or you can pre-make them while you're waiting to catch fish, whatever you want to do. That's a nice little PVA bag. They're full of stuff. There's boilies crushed up in here, so this is full of nutrition and attractors and everything. Anyways, the next thing you're gonna want to do is find the little swivel. So you can see right by my finger right here is the swivel, and you're gonna want to pull that out. And you don't have to do it perfectly out the top, but I usually try and get it close to the top. So you're just gonna want to pull that through. And you end up with something just like this. So you can see that swivel is attached to my weight, which is inside the bag, and that is what you attach to your line. So next, we will get our lead clip here, and we will snap it in there. Slide down our tail rubber. Slide that into place. So this is what you're left with, your weight on the lead clip in the bag. So what this does is this will slide off when there's pressure, and the weight will come off, but your line and everything is still attached, obviously. But if your weight's in a snag, it will pull off and your line will get free. So that is perfect. That's why I like these rigs. It's already saved me twice. But anyways, so that's the lead clip set up there and the weight in the PVA bag. Next, I get my hook bait and I just hook it in a couple threads on the front of the bag. And I usually like to do it on the opposite side of where the weight is, because I think that when you cast it, it lands weight side down. But I don't know, it disintegrates in the water pretty fast anyways. So this is your setup right here. And if it's super long weeds, you can make your hook length longer, or if you're fishing on gravel or something, you can make your hook length shorter. You can also put boilies on here. I have little pop-ups that I put on and little wafters that match my boilies. So next we're gonna put it in the fish tank and show you what it looks like. So here's my little fish tank setup I got going, so I could show you guys exactly what this will look like on the bottom, but obviously there's no weeds and stuff. So there's our PVA bag. Before it goes in, you can see the hook is right there, the weight is right there, and we will drop her in there. You can see immediately the pop-up corns stay on the top. The bag starts breaking down. If you're fishing deeper water as well, the hook might come out and be a little bit further from the weight, but you can see the boilie crumb perfectly covers the weight. It landed weight down just like I thought, and your hook bait is sitting right on top. You can also see little particles and bubbles floating up and stuff going through the water column. That and all those oils and everything is going to help attract the carp down to your hook bait. So there's a little up close of what this rig looks like. I don't think it can get much more perfect than that. If you guys have any other recommendations, let me know, but I think this is the ultimate rig right here. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, you can put boilies on your hook instead of the fake corns. You can put a boilie with a corn topper. You can put pigeon food in the bag instead of boilies. You can put sweet corn. You can mix it all up. You can do whatever you like. And I usually dip my bag in some kind of oil or some kind of attractor, sometimes like pink fluoro goo or some kind of cordo goo, whatever you have. But so there is the rig. You can see it's even attached to my pole right there. Line in, and boom, that is the perfect rig for you. Here's one more thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. I keep talking about the lead clip and stuff. So here's the lead clip setup. Basically, the tail rubber, it goes on over there like this. And then you can see if you get stuck in the rocks, if that gets stuck, their weight, pretend my fingers are just rocks, just give it a little pull and the weight will come off and go free. And you can fight yourself the fish instead of snapping off your line. Bada bing, bada boom. It's better to lose a $1 or $2 weight than lose a big old fish, in my opinion. So if you guys are having a rough time catching carp, I suggest you try and home make some boilies. Try and make some high nutrition value boilies, which I will teach you how to make, or go on Big Carp Tackle or whatever, wherever you get your stuff from. I think there's a newer company called Carp Max with 2 X's, and that's where my buddies have been getting their boilies. So I don't think they have a website yet, they have a phone number. If you really want a lot of boilies, hit me up and I might be able to get that phone number for you. Hit me up on Instagram and add me on Instagram. I need more followers. Also subscribe on here. I hate saying this, but I want to get to 1,000 viewers so I can do more things. YouTube's like really limited if you don't have 1,000 followers. So let's do it. Let's get to 1,000 followers. Let's get out there, catch some carp, get some boilies. Let me know what you think of this rig. I was also suggested to do a video on bait selection, and I'll be doing that soon as well. But I can tell you right now, if you guys pre-bait with boilies and you use a lot of boilies, maybe throw in some sweet corn, maybe a little hemp, that is gonna be a key. That's my favorite thing to do, and I always stress that. Boilies. I pre-bait with 18 mils and I fish with 10 or 12 mils. Basically, there's lots of variations and stuff, but that's basically what I use. Let me know what you thought of the fish tank idea. I might have done it before, but I figured it would show that presentation really well, and hopefully I can get some of you guys out there on that PVA mesh. One thing I wanted to stress is that when that bag is casted out, if you don't like your cast, you can have bags pre-tied, and it's just as easy as unclipping the weight and reclipping on a new bag, putting your hook, and you are ready to go. So let me know what you think of this video, guys. Peace out for now.